Hey everybody and welcome. Get ready, because today we are taking a deep dive into Forex.
Forex.
We're going to unpack how analyzing time, price, how those two things can actually help you find some really profitable trading opportunities.
An alpha.
Yeah. Like, think about it like reading the market's mind, but,
Okay.
lot more profitable.
Way less creepy.
And way less creepy.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it by looking at insights from this YouTube channel called The Inner Circle Trader.
Yeah. They put out a lot of great content. I've been watching them for a while. Really insightful stuff.
Yeah, and you were saying you want to understand this, one of their approaches, this time and price theory?
Yeah, I think time and price theory is something that, a lot of new traders especially, they kind of overlook that and they jump into like the indicators and everything, but time and price is really the kind of foundation.
Yeah, it's like the bedrock.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are going to unpack that today.
They use the euro-dollar pair as an example of the
yeah.
video, so we'll kind of stick with that.
Okay.
But really, these concepts, you can apply them to any market.
So it's like, this is like a decoder ring for you.
I like that, a decoder ring.
Okay, so they kick things off by talking about this idea of price action being fractal.
Yes,
Okay, so hold on a second.
fractals.
The first time I heard fractals, I was thinking about like those tie-dye shirts from the 90s.
Yeah.
So break it down for us. What is a fractal?
Okay, so imagine like a tree, right?
Oh, you have the big trunk of the tree, and then from that trunk you have these branches that come off. And they kind of
smaller.
Yeah, and then from those branches, more branches come off, right? And it gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
Okay.
So it's the same shape, just at different sizes.
Okay.
So that's basically what a fractal is, and how it relates to trading is price charts behave the same way.
Okay.
So the patterns that you see on a monthly chart, you're going to see similar patterns on a weekly chart.
So it's like zooming in and out.
Exactly. You got it. Same
Yep.
landscape, different level of detail.
Okay.
And so this is really powerful for traders because it means that whether you are, a long-term trader or if you're somebody who likes to, day trade and scalp, these principles of time and price analysis, they still apply.
Okay, so it gives you a framework no matter what.
A framework, exactly.
Okay.
So regardless of your trading style, understanding these principles can really, really help you out.
And that's where I guess this euro-dollar example comes in.
Yes.
You were saying they specifically mentioned 1.2.
Yeah, so in the video, they talk about how they see the euro potentially going to 1.20.
Okay.
Using this type of fractal analysis.
Okay, but let's kind of back up a little bit because they really hammer on these monthly charts.
Yes.
They almost call it like the institutional roadmap.
Yeah.
What's the big deal about monthly charts?
So monthly charts are really important because they give you an idea of what the big players, what we call institutions.
Or big money.
The big money. They give you an idea of what they're doing.
Okay.
Because they're the ones that are really moving the markets.
So you don't want to be, going into a river without knowing which way it's flowing?
Exactly. You don't want to be swimming against the current.
Check.
Maybe you'll get crushed. So the monthly chart really gives you an idea of kind of where that underlying current is going.
Okay, so it's like less panic and more strategy.
More strategy.
Okay.
Yeah, you can really be more strategic with your trades.
And I guess the other thing about these monthly charts is you don't have to be glued to your computer every 2 seconds.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You don't have to be, watching the charts 24/7.
Right. So they gave an example with the euro dollar. What did their monthly analysis kind of tell them?
So they pointed to April of 2017, and they said after the euro made like a swing low, basically it sold off and then came back. Hold on. Swing low, are we talking like trading terms or that really awesome 90s song?
Well, I wish.
Okay, back to swing low.
So after the euro made that swing low, they said that they saw buying opportunities below the monthly opening price.
So they're using that monthly to kind of gauge, I guess, where to potentially look for trades.
Exactly, yeah. The monthly chart can give you an idea of where the market might be headed.
Okay, so we've zoomed out to the monthly.
Yes.
Got a good lay of the land.
Yes.
But what about the people that, they like to live a little bit more on the edge? They want to get a little bit more tactical.
Right, yeah. That's where the weekly charts kind of come in.
Okay. They're kind of that middle ground between, those really long-term trends and then the daily, day-to-day stuff.
Okay, so still riding those waves, but not the waves that are gonna, totally take us out.
Yeah, exactly. Weekly charts are really good for, swing traders or you're looking for trades that are going to last a little bit longer than a day.
Okay, that makes sense. But hold on a second. If the monthly charts, that's our big wave, doesn't that mean that every single week should follow suit?
Well, that's where it gets interesting, you know? That's a good question. And the answer is not necessarily, it's not always going to be a straight shot. You know, like
Right.
the monthly chart says up, so every week has to be up.
Okay, so it's not quite that easy.
No, not quite that easy. You have to, you have to be able to adapt to what the market's doing. But this is where, connecting those dots is so important.
Right.
In the video, they show how the euro performed on the weekly chart, and they found buying opportunities, again, below that weekly opening price, just like the monthly.
So it's almost like, okay, the monthly's giving us an idea. Now let's go to the weekly and see if we can fine-tune it a little bit more.
Exactly. Yeah, it can give you, it's like a head start.
Yeah.
But then they also said, they showed how the price can sometimes retrace even after it trades below that open.
Oh, so it's not foolproof?
No, it's not foolproof, and that's why, understanding these concepts is important.
Yeah.
But it's also important to, manage your risk properly. And
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that I think a lot of, especially newer traders, they don't get. They see dollar signs, they're like, ooh, I'm going to make $1 zillion, and then they blow up their account.
it's so true, and we all want to make money, right? That's why we're trading.
Right.
But the real key is to protect your capital.
Protect what you've got.
So you can stay in the game long enough to learn and to grow as a trader.
I love it. Okay, so we've talked about the monthly chart, the big picture.
Yes.
We've talked about the weekly chart, kind of that middle ground.
Yeah.
What about the people who live for the daily charts? They like to be in and out. They like to make those scalps.
Right.
Where does that fit in?
So the daily chart is really where kind of the rubber meets the road.
Okay.
That's where you're going to see, the short-term price action.
So for our day traders, our scalpers, this is their bread and butter.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's important even for day traders to have realistic expectations.
Yeah.
You're not going to, and they say this in the video too.
Yeah.
It's not about trading every single day.
You'll get burned out.
Yeah, you will get burned out.
Yeah.
And honestly, like when you try to trade too much, that's when you can get into trouble.
Yeah.
So it's really about quality over quantity.
I like it.
And that's where, tying it back to the monthly and the weekly charts is so important, because the higher probability trades on the daily chart
Okay.
are going to be the ones that line up with what you're seeing on those higher time frames as well.
So it's almost like it's that sweet spot where everything is aligning.
Yes, and they show a good example in the video of this, where they show this buying opportunity on the daily chart
Okay.
that's below the opening price.
Right.
But what made this such a good opportunity is that it also lined up with the weekly and the monthly analysis.
So it's like you've got all these different puzzle pieces, and if you just look at one puzzle piece, it doesn't make sense. But when you have the whole picture, it's like, aha, I get it now.
Exactly. It's about understanding the context of the trade and how each time frame influences the next.
So it's almost like you have like X-ray vision into the market.
Yeah.
You can see these different time frames and how they all connect.
Exactly. And it's not about, a lot of people think trading is about predicting the future. It's not about that. It's about understanding probability. And when you start to look at the markets this way and you see how these time frames interact with each other, you're really increasing your probability of winning.
Okay, so we've been looking at the euro dollar because that's what they talked about in the video.
Right.
But this whole time and price thing, it's not, I mean, this isn't just a one-trick pony, right?
No, not at all.
Oh.
This is like, think of it as like a universal language.
Okay.
For the markets.
Okay.
The beauty of it is it can be applied to any market.
So once you learn these kind of basic rules, you can apply it to anything.
You can apply it to stocks. You can apply it to gold, to oil, to whatever.
So it's like learning the grammar of the market.
Exactly.
And once you have the grammar down, then you can, speak any language.
Exactly. I love that analogy.
Okay. So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive here.
Yeah.
We've given, hopefully, some good insights into this whole time, and price analysis showed you how it works, why it's important.
Yeah.
But now it's your turn.
Yeah. Take action.
Take action.
Don't be afraid to experiment.
Right. Open up those charts.
Yes.
Start looking for these patterns.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to, try it out on a demo account first.
Exactly.
Get comfortable with it. And the cool thing is like...
And you might even find something.
Yeah.
That we didn't talk about.
Exactly.
You might find your own little edge.
Because that's the thing about trading. There's always something new to discover.
Always.
And the more curious you are, the better trader you're going to become.
Couldn't agree more.
So stay curious, stay adaptable,
Yes.
and most importantly, have fun.
Have fun trading.
Happy trading, everybody.
See?